My cousin spent our entire childhood reminding me I was poor. While his family lived in mansions, mine could barely pay rent. At family gatherings, he'd make jokes about my clothes, my phone, even the food my mother brought. And every single time, everyone laughed with him, especially my uncle. He loved saying one thing: some people are born to lead, and some are born to serve. I never forgot that. Then, 10 years later, he invited me to his wedding. Not because he wanted me there, because he wanted an audience. The moment I walked into the venue, he smiled. That same arrogant smile. Then, he grabbed the microphone. Wow, he laughed. You actually came. The entire hall laughed quietly. Then he looked at my suit. Did you finally get a real job? I smiled. Something like that. What he didn't know was that 2 years earlier, I started my own cybersecurity company. And 6 months ago, his father secretly invested in it. Without realizing, I owned it. Because I used a different name. At first, I didn't care. Until I discovered something interesting. My uncle had been stealing money from his own company for years. Hidden accounts, fake invoices, tax fraud, millions. And my cousin, he helped hide everything. So while they spent years humiliating my family, I quietly collected evidence. Then came the wedding speech. My cousin raised his glass and smirked. To family, even the ones who never became successful. People laughed again. My mother lowered her head immediately. That's when I finally stood up. Slowly, calmly. Then I connected my phone to the projector behind him. At first, he smiled confidently, until the screen changed. Bank records, transactions, hidden offshore accounts. The entire ballroom went silent. My uncle's face turned white instantly. Then came the audio recording. His voice, clearly talking about tax fraud. My cousin rushed toward the projector, screaming, "Turn it off." Too late. Because at that exact moment, federal agents walked into the wedding. Turns out, I sent them everything 3 days earlier. The guests started panicking. My aunt started crying. And my cousin, the same man who spent his entire life humiliating me, was suddenly begging officers not to arrest his father. Then he looked at me, terrified. "You did this?" I stared at him for a few seconds, then smiled. "You spent your whole life trying to embarrass me in public, so I returned the favor." The craziest part? A week later, his fiancée left him. Their company collapsed. And the mansion they used to brag about? Seized by the government. Last month, my uncle saw my mother at a grocery store. And for the first time in his life, he lowered his head while talking to her. Funny how respect suddenly appears when power changes hands.